502-433-7000.
Yeah.
This is all. And C's.
Wonderful. Ba-ba-ba-bum.
Never get tired of that.
No. Happy Friday to everyone out there listening and watching on the KRIM radio Facebook page. Chris Higgins in the studio. It is time for the Hometown Movie Guys. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. We have Nathan, Andy in the studio. Craig
Hello.
will be joining us shortly. Here
he comes.
Here he comes right now, rushing in. He almost made it. But
There was a difficulty at the theater that he was ironing out because he's the where the buck stops.
he's the
He
man,
is where the buck
the
stops.
myth, the movie legend, Craig.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Or it's morning anyway.
It is
Yeah.
morning, and it is time for the Hometown Movie Guys. And if you've never heard this program, listen to us, I'll give you one guess what we're going to be talking about. We are going to be talking about movies. That's right, movies. And yes, it's, boy, some good ones in the theaters right now.
Coming up here right quick, we've got another Deadpool movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Craig walked in, I couldn't help but think of the quote from the first Deadpool movie where they're in the bar where the bad people hang out, and he turns to one of his friends in the bar and says, "Cast a spell."
Fix it,
And
make it better.
those of you that can't see us here on the radio,
But you can watch us.
Craig
You
has
can see right there.
yay.
Yeah.
Craig has a magnificent beard.
It's a wizard beard, huh?
Wizard beard.
Wizard beard.
Definitely storing up some energy and power in there.
Yeah.
Storing up some energy and power. Did it come in handy? Did you use it this morning
Well, you
to
know,
fix?
I got out of bed and got here on time, so.
There you
Mostly on time.
But, I mean, did
If
you
you
use
would've
it to
trimmed
fix
it.
That
the
was it.
issue at the theater? Did you conjure up, a
There's
spell?
always something. There's always
He-
something.
He honestly just stroked his beard a couple times and then the issue just disappeared.
You ever get the whole internet out or something? You know?
Yeah, oh yeah, global
Well,
issue.
as Rosanna Dana's father always used to say, it's always something.
Always something. Well, hey, there is something, a couple of new movies in the theater, yes?
Yeah.
One of them being Twister.
This is a big one, yes.
Twisters. Oh, yeah.
It is and I'm looking at this, it is calling it a standalone film, so
Uh-huh,
it's not a sequel.
okay.
It's like a remake.
Kind of a remake, but
Yeah.
standalone, so yeah. it's-
Gotcha. I like what it has here on the poster. Chase, ride, survive.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, come on now.
Some of those are fun, and some of them are very tricky.
Yeah, but I want to see someone ride a Twister. I mean, chase a Twister,
There goes
ride
Bill.
a Twister.
They might
So what
try.
do we consider riding a twister? Because if you're in a vehicle that gets picked up by one, are you riding it?
Yeah, I'm going with
Oh,
that.
I'm going, yeah, that's
Okay,
considered.
well then
ride.
I
Only-
definitely
only
think there's
if
gonna
you
be some people
survive.
riding twisters.
Even if you don't survive, I mean, you still rode it.
Yeah,
but
you
then
were up there surviving
rode
and riding
and
it.
You didn't make it.
You just didn't know how to land.
I'm not sure if that counts.
Oh, okay, not a successful ride.
Well, no, we'll have to consult the upper echelon, make a decision on that.
I will say, if I get picked up in a vehicle from a twister and then I die on impact when I hit the ground, if my gravestone doesn't say he rode a twister, we'll have some issues.
Yeah, Andy, come on now. I mean,
It seems somebody would have put themselves in a hamster wheel or something and rolled themselves into tornadoes so they could, survive it. I mean, they do it in, like Niagara Falls, put yourself in
Yeah.
a barrel and,
And go off
Woo,
the fall.
go
Yeah,
for
they
it,
almost
yeah.
always die.
yeah.
you mean like one of those balls, like one of
Yeah,
those
so-
balls
yeah,
that,
like
the hamster
the-
balls,
yeah,
yeah,
the-
inflated.
Yeah, maybe a little
Yes.
bit of, some cushion in there so you don't get bounced around too hard.
Yeah, I just say that probably immediately the ball will pop.
Yeah,
And
have to
then-
make
and
it
then-
out of titanium.
And then you're just in a bag with some
There's
pillows.
only one way to find out.
If we have a twister touchdown,
Kevlar. Kevlar, Kevlar bubble.
But then
Yeah.
you want to be able to see through your bubble, so what's the point? How do you even know you're in the tornado?
Do they make clear
Video.
Kevlar?
They don't.
Bulletproof glass.
But what you can make is a Kevlar one with, that's exactly what I was gonna say, with some glass in there.
Okay, we digress.
Yeah, let's move on from
Twister,
Twister.
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 We are not the
so-
storm chasers.
No, we're
Looks
not.
like a good one, been fairly well received.
Looks
Should be
really
exciting, yeah, action and,
And both the female and the male lead have come off of very successful recent movies. Glenn Powell was just in the romantic comedy Anyone But You, and people just lapped that one up. They loved it.
Yeah,
And Daisy Edgar Jones, she's English, you know,
Mhm.
was the protagonist in the recent Where the Crawdads Sing.
Oh, yeah.
Which was a spectacular success. It's
Mhm.
one of those movies where, you know, they spent, I don't know, 20 million bucks or something and made 150, so
That's
that's a happy deal if you're a movie guy,
Mhm.
movie maker.
I'm still searching for those singing crawdads. Haven't found it yet.
No, you're not taking the right medicine.
usually when you
Yeah,
put them,
yeah, that's.
they make some like squeals when you put them in the boiling water. I think that's what they're referring to.
That's what, okay, well, so Twisters, what would you guess audience score on this one so far, gentlemen?
audience score,
Audience score.
73.
87.
Boy, you guys are right in there.
Whoa, Andy.
I'll say 82.
You went the wrong way, Andy.
Oh.
93.
Oh!
93.
Okay, so the people loved it.
People like it. They love it. They
You know,
want more of it.
In
Yeah.
the first
Twisters.
one, just when it came out,
Mhm.
some friends of mine got surround sound in their TV room.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
no.
And there's one scene where a cow
Yeah.
gets picked up, and in the surround sound, you can hear it circling and move, and that was just so cool.
So here, this is very interesting, the audience score on Twister. How about the Twister,
The original,
the original? Because this one,
1996.
Twisters, and you know, this one Twisters, the old one, Twister, yep, 1996. What would you say the audience rating on that one was?
Oh, 91.
91?
77.
77?
87.
58.
No!
58!
Oh, wow, I love that movie.
And the critics rated it 67.
Gee
So
whiz.
this one, a 93 so far.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, and I really haven't come across anyone that didn't like the old Twister movie.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone
Yeah.
enjoyed it. It was entertaining.
No, I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I've seen it, I don't know, 4 or 5 times.
Mhm, yeah. And the critics, 77 on Twister, so critics are liking it as well.
Well, these are the two, we got, Twisters today and then next week Deadpool.
Mhm.
Those are pretty much the big ones for the summertime.
Mhm.
So they spent
Is it-
200 million to make this movie?
200
million.
Wow.
With a
200
million.
Majillion. 200 million. Wow, 200 million. Well, we'll see how it does. That's a.
That's
Yeah, and then you have to
Oh.
assume that they probably spent another 100 million at least on marketing.
Who knows? Yeah, but
Ooh.
well, this one rated R. Yes, rated
And
R.
not for naked stuff, but.
PG-13, no?
No,
it's
well, it
R.
says R on
What's it?
here,
Yeah.
and let's see, Twisters.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
R.
Because of the-
Rated PG-13.
What?
So it is
Oh.
PG-13.
Oh, for
We haven't
heaven's
changed
sakes.
that. We'll update that on the website here.
Is that our website?
It is your website.
Oh.
That's where I go for information.
Yeah, and also
And,
in the other movie bases have it as an R as well.
So maybe, yeah, something got mixed up with this whole IT issue, this Windows issue. That's why it isn't correct. We'll blame it on Windows. It's an
Windows,
easy
yeah.
one.
Get stuff together, Bill
But a
Gates.
2-hour, 2-minute movie, rated PG-13, and showtimes on that, 12:45, 3:45, and 6:45. Sawmill Theatres open every day, Monday through Sunday, and that's going to be changing.
It's gonna be,
That's
it's gonna be changing, starting August 7th, I think, is a Wednesday. We'll be closed on Wednesday.
Okay.
So we're gonna try to go to just, last year we were closed Tuesdays, Wednesdays. We're gonna try to just go to closed on Wednesdays this time and see how that goes, but
Mhm.
we're just gonna look at the numbers on that and see how that
Gotcha.
plays out. But we'll start out just starting in August and
Okay.
close Wednesday.
All right, so another new movie in the theaters starting today, Maxine, Max Triple X Scene.
Yeah.
Rated
It's the-
R,
it's the-
horror mystery. Yeah.
This is the third of a series.
Oh boy.
For
Pearl.
XXX and then Pearl.
Yeah, Pearl and
Was it XXX? Isn't that what the first one was called?
Yeah, XXX. Yeah. It's this is A24.
Uh-huh.
They're known for some very good movies.
Very.
Yeah.
Generally ranked, but they can be a little bit twisted.
Yeah.
And Maxine is rated R.
Yeah,
A little bit
No
too
question
loud.
on that one. It's definitely rated R.
Well, the description right here, yeah, in 1980s Hollywood, adult film star and aspiring actress Maxine Minks finally gets her big break.
Great name.
Yeah, that's Andy Minks. We should look at changing your last name there. But as a mysterious killer stalks the starlets of Hollywood, a trail of blood threatens to reveal her sinister past. Yeah,
Because
oh yeah.
if you've watched the previous movie,
Ooh.
Pearl,
Mhm.
it is about her murderous awakening, essentially.
Ooh, murderous
Yeah,
awakening.
these are some. Like I said, they're very well made.
Yeah.
They're good horror.
Twisty.
They're
Twisty.
and they're rated R.
They're
But-
rated R.
Let's emphasize that one. These are definitely R-rated films.
Mm.
But a twisted story like this leads to you not having a very predictable horror movie story, as you do with a lot of them.
Yeah, and most horror movies are absolutely predictable.
Yes,
Mm.
and that's why these A24 films and these Maxine
like
ones
them.
are really good,
Yep.
because they're different.
And Maxine is being played by Elizabeth Debicki, maybe, and she is super tall.
Super tall.
Yeah.
She's tall.
Yeah, she's
Darn it.
way tall.
She's super tall.
She played the Golden Princess in the last two Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
Oh, that's her?
Yeah.
Oh!
We got Mia
She
Goth
doesn't
in
look
this
anything
one
the
also.
same. Mia.
Mia Goth in this one, yeah. Which is kind of interesting. If you get a chance to go on YouTube, she's Portuguese.
Mm.
And it just, if you hear her voice, it's,
Very confusing.
yeah, it doesn't sound like, it's not what you expect her to sound like.
Yeah, she is especially after hearing her speak English. But
It's kind of a
in
squeaky Portuguese.
Yeah, in her native Portuguese, she has a very high voice, and she speaks pretty quickly.
Huh. That's interesting. Elizabeth Debicki, I was trying to find out how tall she is, Andy.
Yeah.
But her birthday is right around the corner in 5 days.
Well,
August
lucky for her.
24th.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's as good as having her height. We'll
No,
take that.
no.
And
what-
Kevin Bacon is in here someplace. I don't know what he's doing.
Really?
Oh, interesting.
Ah.
Honestly, I like the mystery. Like the Long Legs movie, I didn't even know until very recently that he was in that movie. What's his name?
Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage,
I wasn't
yeah.
even aware that he was. in the movie.
We're going to try to get that one. That's a serial killer thing that is supposed to just be
What is it?
long legs.
Oh,
And
I
Nicolas
was,
Cage, yeah.
I was asked about that. I don't know if she's
Huh?
watching, but she also, somebody watching us on our last Hometown Movie Guys, and she said, hey, I want to be a movie guy. She
Yay.
wanted to do, yeah, she's like, how do I become a movie guy? I'm like, well, you got to talk to the movie guys because
Have to
I don't have
audition.
any, you have to audition. She said she knows movies, but her main genre is horror. And she asked about Long Legs. She's like, oh my gosh, it's incredible, and it's doing awesome nationwide, and
Just getting some great publicity, and Nicolas Cage is supposed to be unbelievably creepy in this thing.
Gotcha.
So we're going to try to. We got a bunch of film coming up, so
Mhm.
I'm going to see if I can't squeeze it in next week.
Cool.
But yeah, we definitely want to get it in here.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was, so, yeah, I have to look up who, Joe. It's Joe from Nolly's. Yeah, Lori, yeah, Joe. Anyway, she said, yeah, Long Legs. So, Elizabeth Debicki, 6'3". So, yeah,
6'3", yeah, tall lady.
She's tall, yeah, she's tall. And this Maxine, decent scores. How much did this one cost to make, knowing that these horror movies,
I don't know. I don't have a number for that, but it's already made $15 million.
oh,
Oh,
wow.
wow.
Hey, yeah.
And I think it was released in Brazil and Japan or some such
Mhm.
prior to US.
Brazil makes sense if she's very Brazilian.
She's very
Yeah,
Brazilian.
well, DeBecky, that's a Brazilian name if I ever heard one.
Yeah, the 20, had
I
a,
would not have guessed.
No, it's Czech or something.
can this make sense? This is what it says. The 2024 horror film magazine had a budget of 1 million. How is that even possible?
That's possible.
It is?
Sure.
No.
That's pretty low.
That-
And I would say, after she's been in 3 movies, I guess that her pay itself would be closer to 1 million.
Yeah, what was the budget for Maxine? Shot with a $1 million budget is what
Okay.
all of these sites are saying.
There you are. So
Wow.
they're already making dough.
Yeah,
That
well,
would be
take-
crazy to be able to pull that off.
And they say it's an indie, they do classify it as an
Yeah, well,
indie
you know what?
horror movie.
Sometimes, these actresses take money off of the, profits.
Mm.
Yeah,
So,
Oh, so she may have just signed up for
Well, yeah, she might be
percentages,
like, yeah, 5% of the gross or
something like that.
something like that, which
That's
at
betting on
that point,
herself.
now you're already at, if it was like a million and they made 15,
There you are.
yeah, now you're.
500,000, something like
yeah,
that.
wow. Yeah,
That's the gift that keeps on giving, down the road.
Yeah.
For when it streams and everything else.
wow,
That's
that's
a possibility for,
crazy, so.
Yeah, if it is,
Yeah,
That's
that
really
would be
low.
an
And
expense.
she's young too.
But also
She'll
the-
be making money off of this for the next 50 years.
But
Yeah.
also you said that Kevin Bacon's in the film too. I can't imagine that Kevin Bacon is in the film as well and didn't at least get paid 50,000.
And this one, another site says the fact the movie cost 2 million. So anywhere from 1 to 2 million, I mean,
That's still,
that's nothing. It's crazy, the two examples, Twisters, 200 million.
yeah.
oh my gosh,
And
yeah.
Maxine, 1 to 2 million. They're showing in movie theaters, they're Hollywood films, one an indie film, but still, the fact that they're in theaters together.
Yeah, I mean,
That's crazy.
it does make a lot of, the 1 to 2 million still really throws me off, but Twister's costing up to 200 million with how much CGI that they had to do, because everything that they lift off the ground has to be
yeah,
fake.
that's all special effects.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then Glenn Powell, I'm sure he got paid,
Handsome.
5-10 million anyway for this.
yeah,
Glenn Powell's kind of the new it guy in Hollywood.
yeah.
Okay. Well, other movies still in the theater, Fly Me to the Moon. Fly Me to the Moon. How has Fly Me to the Moon
What did
been
you
doing?
think?
So-so.
So? Yeah, what do you think, Andy?
I liked it.
You liked it?
Yeah, I thought it was cute. It's
Mhm.
a very, very kind of traditional rom-com. There's no naked bits in it.
No bits. No bits and pieces.
Yeah, none of that. They're very chaste in how they relate to one another, and it's fun. And there's a Ray Romero
Oh, yeah.
is in there in a completely straight dramatic role. He's
Oh,
known
wow.
for his
Comedic.
comedy.
Yeah.
And he just does great. On the other hand, Woody Harrelson
Yeah.
is in it, and he plays his part in a comic way.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He's a nefarious government agent of unknown agency.
One of those dark agencies.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and he plays it right up. I thought it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it.
Well, there you go. Was this one a costly one to make?
Yes, unfortunately for the producers, which includes Scarlett Johansson, cost them $100 million, and as of this morning, they only had $21 million in the kick. And remember, some of that
Ooh.
$21 million's got to go to the theaters. The poor theaters have to live too. So.
Yeah, and then a lot of the times whenever you're doing the budgeting to see if people have become profitable on the movies, you have to assume that whatever they spent on the movie, it's probably about as much as they spent on marketing as well. Which means that they've spent probably close to 200 million for Fly Me to the Moon. And it being out
That's
a
not
year,
that's not going to get there. That's not gonna
yeah,
get
it already being out a week and it only being at 21 million is not a good look.
Goodness.
And unfortunately, I didn't get to see Anyone But You. Earlier this
Oh,
year,
that
the
was
rom-
good. Yeah, the rom-com with,
that did
Sydney Sweeney.
remarkably
Sydney
well.
Sweeney, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'd love to see that, but
Yeah.
It was good.
I missed my
It was
chance.
good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
And-
folks, don't miss your chance to see Fly Me to the Moon,
Yes.
because you'll regret not seeing it later on.
Yeah.
And Fly Me to the Moon is rated PG-13, showtime's 12:45, 3:45, and 6:45. And interesting, Long Legs, also, just going back to that real quick, it opened with 22.6 million.
Yeah.
Wow, so
Um,
about where they're at.
Yeah,
About where
yeah.
Fly Me to the Moon is at after
Fly
a
Me
week.
to the Moon, 10 million,
Yeah,
was
this
the
is
10 million.
That's a Neon, it does Long Legs, Neon Pictures. It's kind of a smaller company. But
I've
they're-
never
they're-
heard of them.
Yeah, they're starting to, they're building up, a little bit like Angel Studios.
Or
They've had
Atomic
some-
Monster.
They've
I
had
mean,
some hits.
A24 too. Like A24 was very, very small before they started putting out all the, I mean now, right?
Yeah,
So they're
so,
getting there. Yeah, they're getting there too.
a movie though that opened up really well, Despicable Me 4, still
Oh.
at theaters and still going strong, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah.
All the kid stuff is still, really, this was the summer of kids movies.
Yeah,
It was Despicable Me and Inside Out
Mhm.
that's also still playing that really kind of kicked it in gear and got people coming to the theaters.
nice, both of these movies, PG and Despicable Me, I think opening weekend, it's at like 44 million.
Yeah, they've done very well. They spent a ton of money to make it, $100 million.
Mm-hmm.
And at the box office, 455 million.
Yeah.
Whoa,
So it's
there we
done very,
go.
very well.
Yeah,
That is, I like to say, that's Ferraris for the pool boy money.
And you wonder why they, spend $100 million making a movie. You see so many of these like Fly Me to the Moon that, is just hemorrhaging. But when they hit, you make a lot of money.
Yeah,
They hit-
they hit hard.
A lot of
don't
money,
they?
yeah.
yeah, well, and that's the other one, Inside Out 2, that you mentioned,
Oh, yeah.
also still in theaters, and what were the numbers on that one, Andy?
Over a
Oh,
billion.
you're gonna like this one.
Okay, let me hear.
They spent 200 million to make it. And remember, this is an animated thing, so
Yeah,
it's just
200
it's just a
million.
bunch of coders someplace in a closet typing this stuff out, and it turns into a movie. Just crazy how
Be
that
kinder
works.
to the coders, Andy, come on. They're people too, just like critics.
But that's a lot of money, but they brought in 1,389,000,000 to date.
Wow.
And as Craig said, it's still going strong.
Still going.
So this is this year's movie for sure.
Yeah.
And to be fair, it's significantly more enjoyable than the first one was.
That's what I've heard from a few people, yeah. And
So here's an interesting question. How close does Deadpool get to those numbers?
Ooh, I don't know, Deadpool versus
Wolverine.
Wolverine.
With Hugh Jackman, who's.
Both of those are beloved characters.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And, highest grossing R-rated films are these Deadpool ones and Passion of the Christ. I think Deadpool 2 passed Passion of the Christ officially. Right? Am I right about that?
Let's
I'm
see.
not sure on that.
It was really close.
Might have, yeah, you might be right.
Because
This
Logan
one-
was up there as well. So that's,
Even Logan was up there.
yeah, it's top 5 as well
Wow.
of that. Because they weren't making R-rated films like that.
So here we have the highest grossing, Joker #1.
Oh, I forgot that was R-rated.
Joker, yep. Then Oppenheimer is
Was that
number
R-rated?
2.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then Deadpool 2,
Okay.
then Deadpool, then Matrix Reloaded, It, #6, Detective Chinatown. Now, these are worldwide.
Okay,
not,
yes.
worldwide.
Okay.
And then Logan is 8 on this, Passion of the Christ 9.
Wow.
Wow. So Logan
That-
did beat out Passion of the Christ too.
Passion of
Yes.
Christ was #1 R for a long time.
Until Logan came out, it seems
Yeah.
like.
And Joker, worldwide gross, oh my gosh, what was it, 1 trillion, is it?
No.
It's the one with a lot of zeros.
Well, 1, because what did, no, billion, it has to be, it's a 1, look
Nine
at,
zeros?
yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
1
yeah,
billion.
1.78 billion.
1.7 billion,
That's
What's
1,780,000,000.
yeah,
So Deadpool didn't even quite get to $1 billion.
Yeah.
Deadpool and Deadpool 2.
yeah,
So-
sorry.
Now,
billion.
we'll see, this one.
This is huge. It's
this-
Hugh
this
Jackman.
one, Yeah, with Hugh Jackman and
And
Wolverine.
to think that like Deadpool 2 itself hit that 724 million mark, and now you're adding Hugh Jackman. That might end up being the biggest movie of
The other
year.
one too, we haven't had a superhero movie for a while.
A long time.
You know,
Yeah.
they were kicking these things out, you get that, you know, they call it, you know, superhero fatigue, where people are just kind of tired of
Well, I mean, like Ant-Man and the Wasp
Well,
2,
yeah,
wasn't
sure,
that really
yeah.
great?
Doctor Strange.
I actually like that one. I don't know why people had fatigue about that one, but
Well, it's just too much of it.
Yeah, they
I
cranked
did it
up.
with Star Wars.
Mhm.
That's why I haven't seen a Star Wars movie for a while. They kind of overdid it, and people
we're unhappy with the quality of the
the
product as
quality,
well.
and then, well, just too much Star Wars.
Mhm.
And so if we're looking domestic box office, Passion of the Christ is still top
Alright,
domestic box office.
Okay.
With Deadpool under it, then American Sniper, then Joker, Oppenheimer number 5. So just domestic, Passion of the Christ still $370 million. Yeah, Deadpool 363 million. So, but yeah, worldwide, obviously different. Yeah, Joker, my gosh, just killed it internationally.
Mhm.
728 million.
Yeah, get that one.
And
You didn't like that
Oppenheimer,
movie?
646.
But
So
you
I
don't
think
get-
the advantage that these newer movies have are the audience, where back in Passion of the Christ 2004, the international audience accessibility to the movies wasn't the same as it is today.
Well, also internationally, I wouldn't see Passion of the Christ doing as well as some of these
Yeah.
other movies, which is unfortunate.
But even American Sniper, well, yeah, that one.
That wasn't even on the
wouldn't
list.
be, international as well. But Deadpool, 418 million internationally, and that's a 2016 movie. Where Joker, 2019, 3 years later, 728 million, compared to, Deadpool's 418 million.
I think it'll be a fun competition to see if Deadpool can outdo Inside Out this year. But it will be
Boy, tough water to go to
Yeah.
hoe.
Yeah. Really hard.
Yeah.
I don't think 100 million is out of question for opening weekend on Deadpool.
easily, yeah.
Ooh, wouldn't that be something? Is it a
Yeah.
holiday or anything?
No.
No.
Arbor
Where-
Day,
where-
Valentine's Day, anything?
It's the last weekend of summer-ish for
Yeah.
the town of Basin
Yeah,
especially.
School starting back up.
School starts back up, yeah.
Okay,
So- yeah.
two more here, we got
Yeah.
a minute and a half to go or something. Horizon, great,
Mm.
grand, sweeping Western, reminded me in its scope and its photography, beauty of its photography reminded me of The Searchers.
Mm.
So R-rated, loved that one a lot. And Sound of Hope, I can't read my own writing, Sound of Hope, the story of Possum Trot.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Down, yeah, times changed on that one. It's at 3:45 only.
3:45.
3:45 only starting
for
today.
The Sound of Hope.
Yeah, this will be the last week of that one too. So if you want to see it, we
Gotcha.
just got that one time.
Mhm.
Not the big blockbuster that Sound of Freedom was.
Yeah, yeah.
The same studio, Angel Studio, so,
Mhm.
you know, it's a PG-13 movie.
Mhm.
And the hope they're talking about in the movie is this little town with 22 families, I think I read,
Mhm.
ended up over a period of time officially adopting 77 kids out of the state welfare system.
Mhm. Wow, yeah, that's
I
amazing.
mean, just incredible, a wonderful story of faith in action,
Mhm.
so.
So that one, again, just one showtime, 3:45, you said?
3:45, yes. We do have Faith Films starting August 2nd. Firing Squad is coming out. That's another faith-based film. These guys end up in prison for murder, I believe, and through faith they look for redemption.
Wow.
Inspiring.
Inspiring, yes.
Huh.
Cuba Gooding Jr., Kevin Sorbo. No.
Oh, Cuban Gooding Jr., Kevin Sorbo, that should be good.
Yeah.
Should
It's
be
August
good.
2nd, a couple weeks out.
All right, well, thank you guys, and thank you everyone for listening and watching. Time to get back to the music here on KRIM, but you guys have a wonderful weekend, and maybe head out to the farmer's market tomorrow. That's from 8 to noon, right here in the Sawmill Theatres parking lot.
Good stuff, good
There you
food.
go. All right, see you guys.
Take care.